The government's new infrastructure plan is trying to tackle several pressing issues, including drunk or impaired driving. The legislation gives the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration 3 years to develop rules for automakers. It would require new cars to have technology installed that could prevent drunk or impaired driving, but it's unclear what that technology would be. The NHTSA is reportedly looking at a system that could observe a driver's performance. Another option is using sensors to detect a driver's alcohol level and, depending on the results, possibly prevent the car from starting. Once new regulations are finalized, automakers would have 2 years to install the technology.